Okay, we're going to start with our parterre offense, wrestling from the top position, going after a couple different turns. But first, I really want to make sure that we understand how to break down our opponent from the top position. When we're in the top position, if I'm going to try to score points, I need to make sure that I have something that I can go to, I know what I'm doing on top, and I can commit to a turn. If I'm bouncing all over the place, then an official is going to quickly put us back up because he's going to see we don't have something we're working towards and don't know what we're doing. If I've got a good solid lock and working towards something, he's going to let me work to try to get a turn. You know, he might even let me work a little past 15 to 20 seconds if I've got it locked in and I'm going. But if I'm just bouncing all over the place, it might be 5 seconds and he says we're going to go back up because I don't have any direction. So I can look at my person from the parterre position. I like to break them down into 3 areas. I can go high, I can go middle, or I can go low. All right? So thinking about the high attacks, these would be things like head and arm, you know, kind of like that little chokehold type thing that some guys do. Half Nelsons, power halves, arm bars, attacking up high, okay? Even maybe some high guts once in a while. Attacking middle would be my mid-range gut, sometimes reverse lifts, trap arm guts, things where I'm attacking the middle, some different lifts and coming up and lifting them. When I attack low, this is where I'm thinking of things like leg turks, cross arm turks, or knee turns, leg laces, and some of that kind of stuff. But I really believe that a wrestler is comfortable in one specific area. All right? And if an athlete can identify which area he's comfortable with, he'll know where to focus when he gets into the parterre position and begins to turn his partner. If he's comfortable going up high with his power halves and turns up here, then he's going to want to keep his opponent's hips flat and go to work up here. He doesn't need to waste time going on a leg lace. Even though one might be available, he might not be able to get it quite well enough, so he's going to attack high. If he's bouncing all over again, ref's going to put him back up. If he's got a tight gut wrench, he's going to lock in that gut and might not even worry about what's going on up top or down low. And same thing with a person with a good leg lace. Going to break him flat and go after that lace or cross knee turn, has some variations from there. But I really believe that attacking high, middle, or low is the way that you want to break down your parterre offense. And you're probably solid in one specific area and you want to develop that and grow from there. When we're thinking about the mid-range attacks, we obviously have our gut wrenches. And Coach Arneson teaches good solid gut wrenches. Our gut wrenches are very similar to Coach Arnie's. In freestyle, I've got to worry a little bit about him catching some of my legs. I can use my legs a little bit more, so I want to think of that as I'm doing my freestyle. I might throw a gut wrench and put a leg in, and that might help me with some other things too. So basic gut wrench technique, you know, locking right at the ribs, just below the pectoral line. I want to lock at the ribs, get my lock in that sweet spot. My lock should not move. When I lock it, it shouldn't slide side to side. It should lock tight. I'm pinching my wrists to my chest and my elbows together. It squeezes that lock tight. If I get a good solid lock, the rest really doesn't matter all the time because the guy's focused so much on the lock. It's so tight that he's going to do anything to get over. But as I am getting my steps down, I want to think of one simple action as I'm driving him forward. I want to get my feet to my butt. When I got my lock tight and I'm driving it forward, driving my shoulder in, all the types of things that Coach Arneson showed us, I also want to be thinking about getting my feet to my butt as I'm driving over my gut wrench. There's a couple ways we can do it. First I want to get to my handle, drive it over, but as I'm turning it, I can either yank him to the side quickly into my lap and pop him over, or I can run straight over the shoulder, sort of break that post that's out there and go straight forward. But a gut wrench is not a roll. I'm not rolling him. I'm actually taking steps forward and running him forward, either crushing the arm or pulling him into my lap and popping him. Okay? So first thing I want to look at when I'm doing my gut wrench is I want to get the handle. Okay? Get a good solid handle so that I can lift him. And when I lift him, I'm putting my gut wrench lock into position right away. I don't want to have to fight around for that lock. So a good solid handle might be coming over and capturing the shoulder, grabbing the meat there. It might be a cross face here, okay? It might be coming under his chest and lifting. It might be from underneath lifting. However you're most comfortable with the handle, I want to lift his chest so I can get my lock under. Before I do my handle though, I'm picking a side. I'm going to set over on this side because this is the way I'm going to turn. I'm going to start over here, get my lock started from here so that my control hand that's up across the chest, other hand comes under so that I can drive through. this hand is set right into a position tight to his body, right here. Because when I get this lift, when I get his handle, I want to slide my hand underneath so that I get my lock in a good solid position. I'm lifting him, and this hand is going to my little sweet spot. It's starting in the sweet spot. I don't want it to be soft. I want to lift him and get my lock where I need it. Okay? I'm setting it in right there already. Okay? And if in freestyle, one advantage that I have here is if I'm using my feet and I'm driving, I can take this control hand as I'm lifting him and grab my own leg so that I can secure him. He doesn't swim away. Okay? So I'm here. I can grab my own leg right now. All right? Now I can come back in and make sure that my lock is tight when I get it. Right now, there's no space between my chest all the way around my arm. He's not wiggling out. Okay? So when this arm comes back under, right here, I'm finding my lock so that my lock is tight. Right when I let go with my leg, my lock is already tight. Right there, okay? I'm not wasting time on it. I set it solid when I brought it under. I set it right at those ribs, okay? This hand is important that I set it there. And then when this hand comes under, my lock is tight. It's immediate. I want that lock to be tight immediately. So here, I can wrestle, get that leg under, okay? It's securing him. This hand comes under, and I lock it tight right away. Boom, it's tight, okay? Now when I make my adjustment, my lock should not move at all, okay? I'm going to swing my legs back around, but my lock doesn't move. See, my lock is staying where it's at, and it's tight, okay? When I'm squeezing it, it's going to be really, really hard. I can start to crush his shoulder right here, okay? And there's a lot of different ways we can do this. We can keep our head forward. I can pick a side and commit to it. But all of it is driving my shoulder forward and getting my feet driving, okay? And this lock is tight. The lock doesn't move. I don't want to move the lock. So I'm stepping up. I can either pull it sideways into my lap, like we said, or drive it forward and crush it over the shoulder. Okay? But first I got to get that lock. So as I'm driving it, drive the shoulder. First one I'll do is I'll pull it into my lap. So I'm driving it forward. I pull him into my lap right here. He's up in the air. I got a tight lock. Now I get my feet to my butt, and pop him over. Here, okay? As I'm popping him over, my feet keep going to my butt so that I can roll him through. Here and here. Okay? I got the lock still. The lock is still tight, so I can go again with it. Other one I can do is I want to drive him forward. Get my feet running, drive him forward. As I'm driving him, I'm pulling my control hand. I'm pulling it with me. That's one of the things that we miss when we do our gut wrench. I got my lock, driving my shoulder, crushing that hand, but I also have to pull this one with me. It's like I'm peeling his ribs off the mat. I'm peeling them off with this hand right there. Okay, so when I pull it into my lap, it peels them off. But now, as I'm driving it forward here, okay, I get my lock set right away. I'm driving forward. I want to peel him off the mat. Peel it off. Okay, peel. Now I'm popping my hips through. Once I get the turn, my feet go close to my butt, and I pop him over. Okay, so we'll show one simple one. I'm going to attack one leg first. I got to secure a far leg, bring the knees together, cross it up, and turn it. So the little trick of the trade here is I'm going to start inside. Okay, and we might be wrestling up here. I can drop low. I'm starting in the middle of his legs. But the little trick is I'm taking my toe and putting it on the outside of his foot right here. Okay, put my toe down on the ground. This traps my knees down, my toes down. Shouldn't be able to kick this leg away as I attack his hips and pin him down. So if I pin his hips down, he can't kick this leg away. A lot of times what happens is when we pin those hips down and I attack the leg, he brings this leg forward, okay? And then I miss it. I never get to it like I need to. But what I'm doing is I'm stepping this toe over right here and get that down on the mat. Now I'm attacking here. Now he's not going to be able to kick that foot away. I'm securing this leg and I can attack this far leg. I want to bring his knees together. So I post this foot here, go after this leg, pick up the heel and the knee, okay? So if I'm on this side, post the shoulder down in tight, right here, pick the knee and the heel, here and here. I think it's good to put it on the table to secure myself. This foot here is still trapped. This one's trapped by my toe, okay? So now when I bring it together, it's going to be pretty easy for me to bring them together. I want to bring his knees together. Okay? And there's a couple variations we can do here, but I'm basically just getting them crossed. Once they cross, I roll with it. I don't have to get it entirely secure. I want it to be a quick point. So this foot, I'm blocking here. I get this tight. Pick up the ankle, pick up the knee. I'm bringing them together. Now I'm rolling. I'm already rolling. They're crossed. Okay? They're crossed, so I'm rolling. I'm just going to start picking this bottom foot up. I got it trapped, so just take my free hand, pick up the foot. Pick up the foot. I can backhand and roll it through. I can secure it on my way through, but I've already got his legs crossed, and I'm bringing that bottom leg on top. Okay? And I'm just doing feet to butt, just like we had our gut wrenches. Arching through, feet to butt, right to here. Okay? Now I can re-secure it, and now I can go with my other turns. I can pick it up high here, I can cartwheel it, I can pull it back with it. Okay? Different variations from there. You guys know how to work those, but the main key here is I'm trapping that far foot as I'm going to work here. Okay? Going to work, bringing them together, and trap that foot. If I don't have that foot trapped, now it's going to be a battle, and I got to fight his entire weight. Okay, so there, I might just switch it off and attack this foot then here. Okay, but I got it trapped, so now I'm in business. Now I'm in business, bringing them together. Okay, I can scoop it, just backhand it. I'm going, or as I secure it through, I'm going here, hands right through. Okay, I could also bring this hand out, bring the knees together. Okay.